Hi, it's Claire and welcome to Needle Say More. Today I'm going to show you how to make a long sleeve t-shirt into a short sleeve t-shirt in less than 5 minutes. So I had this pile of long sleeve t-shirts for my daughter, but hardly any short sleeve t-shirts. Some of them are pre-loved clothing and some of them need a bit of a freshen up. So I'm going to show you how to make them into a short sleeve so they align with the current season. So the first thing you need to do is make sure your t-shirt is lying really flat. So smooth it out. You want to line up the seam on the bottom of the sleeve. You want to line up the side seams of the t-shirt. Make sure that the neckline is lying all flat. Then you can see here I'm using a cutting mat and a rotary cutter to do a clean cut all the way along the arm. If you don't have a rotary cutter, I'm going to show you the second method now using fabric shears. So when you do the other side, it's really important that you take your time to lay the t-shirt out really nice and flat, lining up the shoulder seam, the side seams, so that the two sleeves are going to be identical in length. So here you can use sharp scissors or fabric shears to cut it. So there we go, it's now a short sleeve t-shirt. To finish the hem, I would do a turn up, so fold it once and fold it again, so it's a double folded hem. And then fold the sleeve in half to find the middle, and then in the middle at the top, if you've got access to a sewing machine, I would use either a straight stitch or a zigzag stitch. And I would go forward, back, and then forward again. So you've got 3 lines of stitching all layered upon each other, and that will keep the turn up in place and be a really strong join. So there we go. So forward, back, forward again. So I've got a little line there of zigzag or stretch stitching, and just trim off the loose threads, and that will hold that turn up in place at the top of the shoulder. So then you want to repeat again on the underarm sleeve. So I'd follow the seam line for the underarm for this, and sewing once at the top in the middle of the shoulder and once at the bottom should be enough to hold this turn up in place because it is double folded. So that was a really quick little adjustment there that we made then. If you don't have access to a sewing machine, I'm going to show you how you can hand stitch it now. So follow the same technique to make the turn up, fold and then fold again. And then you just want to get the sleeve you've previously sewn and just double check that they are identical in length. So you just want normal sewing threads and a sewing needle that's quite strong so you can push it through the jersey. Tie a knot at the end, and you're just going to do a few small hand stitches just to secure it in place. So I'd probably recommend going over the stitches 5 or 6 times on the underarm, seam and in the middle of the shoulder. And you can find the middle of the shoulder by folding the sleeve in half or following the seam on the shoulder. So slightly more time consuming sewing by hand, but you don't need any specialist equipment. You could do something like this, just relaxing, sitting down. So once you've done enough stitches, you're just going to cut off your loose thread. There we go, so that's really secure. So here it is, our t-shirt. Perfect for summer season, spring season, really easy. And with the arms, I'm going to show you how to make reusable face wipes.